are you being honest with yourself? It's not that we intentionally lie to ourselves, but so often we look back at our habits with rose-colored glasses. We miss the inconsistencies. We mistake hard work for training with a purpose. We think that by doing more, we're going to get better results faster. We focus so much on doing more over following a strategically designed plan and systems. As much as we want there to be a magic pill, there isn't one. And there is no one magic move, magic macro ratio, magic anything that is going to give us instant results. That's why I wanted to share with you the main reason I feel we so often don't see the results we want and how to overcome it. But first, I do just want to remind you how important it is that we take that step back and honestly assess. It's easy to get caught up in how we feel we're doing, but feelings aren't data, especially when we can actually be working really hard and not seeing the results we want. Working harder doesn't translate always into consistency with the hard work. Too often we're good all week, only to end up falling off on the weekends. And that inconsistency can really add up. One day can throw you out of a deficit if you've been trying to create a smaller deficit throughout the week. Missed workouts when you've designed for a specific schedule can really add up. We need to be honest with ourselves and about our implementation of systems. It's why tracking to give us that outside perspective can be so key. This honest assessment can help us stick with our plan for long enough for results to add up. Because simply not sticking with something long enough is so often why we truly don't see results add up. We simply can't out-exercise or out-diet time. And so often we give up on a plan or program before we've truly given results time to build. Sometimes we've even seen results, but we don't feel like they're happening fast enough, so we go in search of another faster fix. And this constant hopping from thing to thing is what prevents results from snowballing. Because often when we don't feel like things are happening, they actually are. And over time, those small changes build upon themselves to lead to big results. So if the true problem is that we don't get consistent with something and stick with it for long enough, how can we help ourselves actually commit to a plan for long enough for time to work its magic? Here are 3 tips to help you stay consistent and give results time to snowball. Tip number 1, give yourself an end date. We don't do well with forever. Not only does it lead to us often not feeling motivated to get started, but it can make it easy to slack when there's nothing driving you to have a specific result by a specific time. If you think about the times you were most motivated and most committed, it's when you had a big event you were working towards. By setting those end dates, we motivate ourselves to fully commit and commit until that end time. We can then at that point assess how everything is going. Even if you don't have a big event you're working towards and you know your ultimate goal will take a while, set strategic end dates to give yourself a chance to assess how everything is going. If you know you're going to stick with something until that point, it'll make it easier to even trust the process and not be looking to change things up before then. Tip number 2, set goals that aren't your ultimate goal and track progress towards them. Many of us have been told we need to set habit goals. We need to celebrate completing the boring daily tasks that we know we need to do if we want to reach our ultimate goals. But it's hard to stay motivated by these simple tasks, especially after you've done them for a week or 2. That's why you want to set goals you know will complement your ultimate goal while being quicker to complete or see progress towards. If you have 50 pounds to lose and you know you often struggle to stay motivated to go to the gym, set a gym performance goal. What's one move you'd like to be able to do? Would you like to be able to lift a certain amount, run a certain distance, or even cycle at a certain pace? Set a performance goal that you know will motivate you to want to do the habits that will lead to faster progress towards your weight loss goals. Then make sure to track your progress with a set plan in place. You need to have that clear progression to know what is and isn't working, and then you want to track progress towards your goals so you can see those changes over the weeks. That progress forward will keep you motivated to do what you know will lead to your other goals as well. Tip number 3, stop the all or nothing attitude. Often in our desire to see results faster, we try and do a bazillion things at once. We try to work harder and do more over finding something sustainable we can do long term. If you want to help yourself stick with something long enough to see results, you need to honestly assess your lifestyle, needs, and goals, and base your routines and habits off of them. As unsexy as small changes are, as they don't often lead to the immediate earth-shattering results we want, they're what ultimately add up to the greatest results long term. Too often we overestimate how much we can accomplish short term and underestimate how much we can accomplish with long-term consistency. So as much as you want something now, realize that attitude is what's ultimately led to you never sticking with something long enough for results to truly snowball. Yes, you see those dramatic instant results, but then you also see the quick plateau or weight regain. Find ways to make small changes based on what you're currently doing, and even at times embrace doing the minimum when you otherwise would do nothing. Remember that it isn't just about going full steam ahead when times are perfect, which, let's face it, with life they often aren't. It's also about finding ways to be better than you would be during times that you usually aren't motivated and can't do the perfect plan. So often we hold ourselves back by simply not sticking with a plan long term. And then we start to ignore the inconsistencies that happen. Take an honest step back and reflect on what you're doing. Then set some end dates to constantly assess your programming and keep you motivated while allowing results to build. In each of these timeframes, outline some performance goals you know will keep you consistent in those habits and working towards your ultimate goal of weight loss. And then embrace doing the minimum. Be realistic instead of feeling like it has to be all or nothing. Remember, you simply can't out-exercise or out-diet time. If you liked the video, make sure to like it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe. We're posting new videos each week.